from Columbus, Ohio, and we moved to Boston. And all of my family, I have 8 brothers and sisters, they all have kids, but we do not. So everybody was having kids. We got the, when you have it, when you have it. So we ignored that because we were just kind of doing our own thing.
I had told Marcus because I feel like I did have more control over the situation in a way that next year we could start a family in 2021. And we had decided late last year that we really wanted to go to Italy, and that was gonna be like our last big trip. Then later in January, I found out I was pregnant, and that was before COVID became a thing. Being pregnant during the pandemic has had a few challenges. So if I were to test positive for COVID, I wouldn't be able to go into my doctor's appointments, or it would complicate it greatly. And I have to wear a mask when I'm out, and I do get very winded, and it's hard to breathe. And the hospital says that I have to deliver with a mask on. So that's a very daunting concept because breathing is pretty critical to getting a child out unless I get a C-section. And then of course, they have to test me for COVID when I go in. So if I test positive, the baby can be in the room with me, but they won't allow me to really hold her much. And
so the complications of that, adding to the whole process of checkups and all that with the baby, is a challenge, isn't it, traveling?
And then thinking about parents coming to visit after.
Yeah, because my parents have been in Thailand for a while, and they came back to the States, and they were gonna do some visits, and they were gonna be able to see the baby before they go back to Thailand. And we were thinking that we might have to tell them, because you guys are traveling so much, we don't know you'd even be able to come out to see the baby. We don't want to get the baby sick, obviously, but just with being pregnant, trying to stay healthy, and then telling family that you might not be able to see the baby, that was all a challenge. So the positive things are that through this whole thing, we've been able to work remote, which has really helped our ability to maintain, good eating habits.
We managed to stay employed, and our family stayed healthy, and I guess that's kind of what this whole thing reminds you about, what's important, and we have been able to keep all of those things close to us. We've been able to still have a paycheck and still make life work. So I think we feel less overwhelmed, and I don't know, we'll just take it all in stride.